Welcome to the MNC Department of Parks and Recreation celebration of National Heart Health Month. Throughout February, join us and learn simple steps you can take to protect your heart and promote overall health. Enjoy this fun, interactive, heart-healthy cooking demonstration with our trained professional. Be sure to go back and try these recipes with your family.
Again, welcome and thank you for joining us for our February National Heart Health Month cooking demonstration. My name is Savannah Nielsen and I'm a Health and Wellness Assistant with the Department of Parks and Recreation. Before we begin, let's go over a few housekeeping items. You should see a microphone icon at the bottom of your screen like you see here on this screen. You'll need to click this icon to mute yourself. We would ask that you remain muted to limit any distractions during the program. Next, I want to draw your attention to the camera icon. You will use this to turn your camera off and on. Please be mindful that when your camera is on, all participants joining us this evening will be able to see your screen. You have the option to keep your camera on or turn it off, but remember we want to minimize distractions throughout the program and keep the focus on the presentation. Next, I would like to show you how to pin a participant. To do this, you will need to click on the Show Participants icon. In the Participants column, select the individual you want to view on your screen, then click or tap the three dots icon to reveal a menu. From the drop-down menu, select Pin for Me. The pin participant becomes the focus in your view and only your view, regardless of the speaker. To unpin, repeat these 3 steps and select Unpin. Repeat the same process to pin an additional participant. But please note, if you're on a web browser, the PowerPoint presentation will be a smaller window at the top or bottom of your screen. Next, I would like to draw your attention to another Teams feature. You can also turn on live closed captions during the meeting. To do this, you will click on the 3 dots for more options. Oh, sorry, I just realized I was muted. Hopefully that wasn't for a long time. Let me go back to the closed captions. Is that the part you guys missed? We're on live captions. There we go. Next, I would like to draw your attention to another Teams feature. You can also turn on live closed captions during the meeting. To do this, you will click on the 3 dots for more options. Then you can scroll down and find the option that says Turn on Live Captions. Then you will start to see the captions at the bottom of your screen. You may choose this feature to turn this feature on if needed. The last icon I want to tell you about is the chat icon. This will allow you to ask questions throughout the program. To type a question, you will just click on the icon like you see here on the screen to bring up the chat box, and it'll take you to what you see on the next slide. Once you see the chat box, as you see on the screen here, there will be a space for you to type your question in. Hit enter and we will see your question on the screen. Please ask your questions throughout the program and there will be time at the end to answer your questions, and we're looking forward to a great discussion. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our trained professional for the evening, Rosalind Law. So Rosalind Law's education has equipped her with extensive knowledge in holistic nutrition, health coaching, clinical herbs, and preventative health. Drawing all these skills and her knowledge of different dietary theories, she works with clients to help them make lifestyle changes that produce real and lasting results. Law received her training as a health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition's Innovative Health Coach Training Program. She also received training as a clinical herbalist from the Mid-Atlantic School of Herbalism and Smile Herb Shop. As a clinical herbalist, she can provide a complete assessment and recommend a customized list of herbal remedies for her clients. She uses food, herbs, and exercise for healing and maintaining a heavenly body. Welcome, Roz. Welcome back, I should say.
Hey, hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much, Savannah. I hope everybody is doing well today and you can hear me. You can hear me well, right?
Sounds good.
Awesome. I am excited. I'm excited. We are back doing another session for Heart Health Month. I love it. I love it because it's important. It's important. We loved on ourselves yesterday, Valentine's Day, which fits right in with the heart, right? And so I'm just going to get started on this wonderful recipes today. And so, listen, if you're in the DMV, it's rather unseasonably warm, right? And so when I chose the recipes here, I thought it was gonna be freezing cold. But anyway, bottom line is we're getting it done. We're gonna get done the cabbage and tomato soup. So the whole pairing today is soup and salad or soup and sandwich. So I'm just going to get started on it. Any way you look at it, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be healthy for the heart. Woo, say that a whole bunch of times. It's going to be healthy for the heart for sure. So let's just get started. This is a simple recipe that you can make at home. And note that you will receive the recipes maybe tomorrow or at some point, but you will receive these recipes. First, I always say make sure you wash, cleanse your hands up to your elbows. When you go to your grocery store, make sure you choose organic if possible. But if not organic, you're going to bring your produce home. You're going to wash it really, really well, get those pesticides and things off, and then go to work. And then go to work, start chopping and start cooking your meal. All right. So the first recipe that I'm putting together for you, and you all have to excuse me for some reason my animals, my fur babies are barking a lot today. And so just forgive me for that. Roasted red pepper and cabbage tomato soup. Totally amazing. Totally amazing. But I must remind you that this is virtual. So I am going to alter the recipe just a little bit because if I did it like it is, it would be for a lot of people. And I'm just feeding myself and my husband. And so I'm going to alter it a little bit. Just make note of that. All right. So first, what I'm going to start off, let's talk about the cabbage. Talk about the cabbage. It's a green leafy vegetable, great for fiber, chlorophyll, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. Yes. And so the cabbage is great. It's a cruciferous vegetable. But let's talk about the prices. So I just took a whole cabbage, a whole head of cabbage, and I cut it in half. I cut it in half. You can cut it in quarters, especially if you're only cooking for yourself or maybe two people. All right. So that's what that's going to do is save on your pocketbook. It's going to save on your coins. All right. Now, many people tell me I don't like cooking. I don't like that preparation part, that cutting up part. I don't like it. So, what I'm going to say to that is that you can actually purchase the cabbage already shredded in the grocery store. You can purchase it shredded already, but it's going to cost more because they do the work. They're doing the work, so they're going to charge you for that. And I would just say, just buy your whole cabbage. It doesn't take long to chop it, especially if you have a great knife. So go ahead and chop it up. Not unless you just are in a hurry, because this is a microwave world where we want to just everything to be quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right. So you choose. You choose whatever works for you. So this is a fourth of a cabbage cut up. See how fast I cut that up? It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long to go ahead and shred it. And guess what? Unless you're cooking for Oprah, somebody really, really exciting and important, it doesn't matter how you cut it up. You can chop it, you can dice it, you can slice it. It doesn't matter as long as you get it done. All right. So over in my pot, I'm going to use now on the recipe. It's going to say a vegetable broth. It's going to say vegetable broth and tomatoes and roasted red pepper. But what you can also do is purchase the roasted red pepper tomato soup. Already is by Pacific or any brand that comes roasted red pepper or just tomato soup. All right. So you're talking about the quickness. I'm just going to add some other ingredients to make this happen. All right. So I'm going to use one whole box. This is 32 ounces of the tomato soup. And this is a roasted red pepper tomato soup. All right.
It looks like someone left a comment in the chat. You want me to read that off
Yeah,
to you?
go ahead. Sure.
She said, you kept the heart center of the head, the lettuce head.
Why not? This is, and actually, this is cabbage. So, I mean, what?
Oh, my bad. She didn't say lettuce. That was me.
Oh, that was you. But listen, what do you mean? You cut out the middle? Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me. And listen, this is a no
She said
judgment zone.
yes.
What? Listen, all of that is edible. All of that is edible. Remember, you're eating to live. I mean, and yeah, I did. I cut it in half and I use it right here. Uh-huh. Yep. I just cut it. I did. You're right. I was thinking that possibly when I cut it in half, because I left the other half in the kitchen. But yeah, I just cut it right down the middle. And then again in the fourth, make it a fourth. Yeah, you can eat it as long as it's not hard and you can eat it. You're gonna cook it anyway. All right, here we go. So the soup. The soup is in there. Let me turn my pot on. The soup is in there. I'm going to add my cabbage now. Now I start off with a fourth. It's going to make it really nice and hearty because if listen, my husband always says I need a little grip. He says I need something to chew on. So that's why I added the cabbage to it. That's just what he says. That's what he says. So I aim to please. All right. So I add my cabbage in the pot. Turn it up. And let me put this top on it for a second. So now, put the top on it. Now, let's talk about tomatoes for a second. Does anyone, you all come on and type in the chat. I'm going to ask you a question, a little quiz. Tomatoes. What category does tomatoes fall in what category does the tomatoes fall under when we're talking about in the food groups? What category does a tomato fall under? Get ready, Savannah.
We got a resounding fruit. Everyone's saying fruit.
Fruit, fruit, fruit. That's right. It's a fruit. Why is it a fruit? Why is it a fruit and not a vegetable?
They're typing.
Okay.
Because of the seeds, question mark? Because it
Because
has
of
seeds,
yeah, right.
seeded.
Right. Seeds. That's a great answer. That's what I'm looking for. It's because of it has seeds. Most fruit has seeds, right? Most fruit has seeds. A tomato. But so the next question people ask me all the time about tomatoes is the acid. Some people say I can't eat tomatoes because of the acid. But also tomatoes, they're very alkaline. They have a lot of alkaline. They're alkalizing as well. So sometimes they balance. So it depends on your body. It's called bioindividuality. What's good for you may not be good for the other person, and vice versa. So those things you just have to try and see how it's going to benefit you after you eat it. Some people say, I have acid reflux. Tomatoes bother my acid reflux. So if that's you, then you stay away from it. You can choose other fruits that will benefit you that's in the same food group in a category. But what I want to read to you right now is the benefits. They help some of the vitamins that's in it. It's a B vitamin, it's vitamin C, vitamin E. It's got phosphorus and potassium. So tomatoes are actually good for you if you can tolerate it. All right. Definitely an antioxidant. Tomatoes are great. Antiseptic. Um, and it aids in the digestive system for some folks. All right. So tomatoes are good, 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 good if you like them. And what they call it, nightshade vegetable. Oh, it smells good. Yes. So my cabbage is cooking in my tomato soup. All right. Next, I'm going to add some more tomatoes. I'm going to add some, this is 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chili peppers. Green chili peppers. Diced tomatoes with green chili peppers. Remember that. So that's going to add to it. So, so amazing. And so what is the green chili peppers going to do? Tell me what you think. Your green chili peppers. What is that going to add to the flavor? Come on, type. There's no wrong answer. Green chili peppers. What is that going to do?
Add a heat, give it some more, or give it a kick, add heat.
Absolutely, it's going to give it a kick. It's going to add heat. It's going to give it a little spicy punch, right? So, with that being said, if you're not a spicy person, if you can't do it, then just get the regular diced tomatoes. You can get the diced tomatoes that has the oregano and the basil, spiced up garlic, oregano, basil, or you can get just the plain diced tomatoes. Okay, but if you want a little punch, a little kick, a little extra flavor, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the one with the chili peppers. All right, next I have my roasted red bell pepper. Roasted red bell pepper. So this actually, you guys, this came in a jar. It comes in a jar. It's got several peppers depending on what size jar it is, but it's roasted and marinated. All right. This is a roasted red pepper. Now you can roast your own red bell peppers. All you have to do is buy them and roast them in the oven, and then you can marinate them. So I am cutting up the roasted red pepper. You can do your own, or you can buy them already done in a jar. Now let me just say this, talking about your purse again, your pocketbook, that if you do it yourself, it's a little bit cheaper than buying it in the jar. But what I do is I'll buy it in the jar. If I spend that extra money to buy it in a jar, then I just use a little bit. That jar will last me for several recipes. Okay. All right. So I'm just cutting that roasted red. Oh Lord, hold it. Run it over. Yes, I've got it a little bit too hot. All right. Roasted red pepper. I'm going to go ahead and put it over here in my pot with my tomatoes, my cabbage, and my soup. Go ahead and put it over in there and let me stir it nicely. So we're in there. Awesome. Now let me make sure I have my. This is an electric cooking stove, and so it gets very, very hot. And I had it on high, which was crazy. I shouldn't have had it on high. All right. So now I have my cabbage in here. I have my tomato soup in here, and I have the roasted red pepper in here. Now what I'm going to do is season it. I'm going to season it. Now, one thing I want to say, if you are having issues with hypertension, you want to get your vegetable broth or your soup low sodium. We already know, right? Low sodium. You must get it, the low sodium one. But what I'm going to add to this is my garlic. So somebody share with me, what do you know about garlic? What are some of the health benefits of garlic? Go ahead and type it in the chat. Garlic. What is garlic good for? Go ahead and type it in the chat. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of garlic powder in here. Not garlic salt, because remember, we're doing low sodium.
So for garlic, we got lowers blood pressure, good for your heart and cholesterol, good for your immune system, and some more type in.
What? Excellent. Yes, all of the above. Definitely great for the
And
heart.
anti-inflammatory.
Definitely anti-inflammatory. Definitely anti immune for your immune system, but definitely for the cardiovascular system, for your heart. Garlic, garlic, garlic. And you can use garlic in I'll use garlic in almost everything except for desserts. If I eat a dessert. But yes, garlic is amazing. You can use your fresh garlic. The only one that I frown upon is your garlic salt, right? We're going to reduce the salt. So garlic is my favorite. I ate a piece of garlic one time years ago. I ate a whole clove of garlic and I was traumatized. I traumatized myself because it burns. And so I said, no wonder. And the reason why I did that was because I was feeling like a cold was coming on. I was having the sniffles and sneezing. So I had learned that garlic was great for a cold. It would knock it out. And then I had a sore throat. It was a mess. So I said, well, let me just I bought this garlic. I peeled the clove, just one clove. I put the whole thing in my mouth and it was over. I thought I was going to die for real. Not from a cold, but from the garlic. So it burned my throat. But I tell you what, it got rid of the sore throat. I mean, immediately. Immediately after I finished crying and all the everything started coming out, I didn't even have any more symptoms of a cold. So I love garlic. Garlic is great. Anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antiviral, antibacterial, all of that. Garlic. All right. So my next seasoning I'm putting in here is basil. I'm doing dried basil. Now you can buy the fresh basil, and I love buying the plants. You go to the Trader Joe's, the different stores, and they'll have the whole plant there. I love it. Or you can grow basil in your own garden. That would be amazing. But today I'm using dry basil. And so this is organic dry basil. And all it is those same leaves from those plants that is dried. Is dried and then chopped, just and processed down to a leaf form, dried leaf form. All right, so I am using 1 tablespoon of dry basil. Now, if you're using the fresh basil, then you're going to want to use about about 4 leaves. Chop it up and go ahead and put them in there. Let them simmer with your soup. It's going to taste amazing. I love basil. I like all the herbs. I don't know if I think you all know that I am a herbalist as well, so that just makes sense. All right. The next ingredient is black pepper. And I'm just going to put a pinch of black pepper in there. Just a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper is great for your metabolism. Great for your metabolism, which will actually, well, cayenne too, all your peppers is going to speed up. It's going to get into your bloodstream, go to your heart, and kind of give you a little extra push, an extra kick, and extra endurance and vitality. And so it's great. It's great for the heart. All right. Black pepper. I'm just going to put a little bit, just a little dash, because this is organic black pepper. It is powerful, very potent. So you don't need a whole lot of black pepper. All right. All right. So in here, let's go. Let's do a recap. I have the tomato soup. I have the roasted red pepper. I have the cabbage. And then I have the 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes with green chili peppers. I have in here the garlic and the basil and black pepper. And if you notice, I have not added any sodium. I have not added any salt. So if you do add salt, just make sure I mainly use pink Himalayan sea salt, and I use about a half a teaspoon. But in this recipe, I'm going to use just a, ha- um, a dash of it, just a little bit. But you really don't need a lot because I did not use the low sodium uh, soup. I don't have problems with hypertension, and we have to eat it right here in this house. All right, I'm gonna start. It's smelling amazing, y'all. I'm just saying, it smells amazing. I say that every time. I don't know. I hope there's some new people on here, so you won't have to hear me say that. Like you just first time heard it. All right. Anybody have any questions? Oh, it smells so good. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Anything you want to ask me? This is done. I'm just going to let it simmer a little bit, but this is done. I'll put the top on it and I'll turn it on low and let it simmer. Now, you may be saying one question you may have is the timing. So my cabbage is going to be the consistency of the cabbage is going to be a little crunchy. It's not going to be soft, and that's purposeful because I want all of the it to be as close to raw as possible because the body likes raw. You get more benefits from that particular vegetables when it's in its raw state. It's not all the way raw like coleslaw, but it is cooked down some. But I don't want it to be a real soft consistency. All right. So it's only cooks for about 8 minutes. For about 8 minutes. It's been going a little bit longer, but the cabbage is still nice and firm, is what I want to say. All right. And I want to say also it's on low, very low right now.
Somebody
All
asked, what
right.
about adding onions?
Oh, well, if you want an onion, listen, you can add onion if you love. I love onions. I love onions. I just didn't put it in this recipe. I just didn't put the onions in this recipe. But you can add them if you love onions. That's yours. That's your call. All right. All right. So the next recipe. Anybody? Is that it, Savannah? No more questions, right? No
No
more.
more questions. Yep, you're good.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. My next recipe is tuna. No, it's not tuna. It's vegan tuna. So it is a tuna like recipe. So it's great for my vegetarians and my vegans who don't eat real tuna, right? So, what I'm using today, which is very heart healthy, is garbanzo beans. What's another name for garbanzo beans? You can type it in the chat. Give me another name for garbanzo beans. Another name for garbanzo beans.
Chickpeas.
Yes, absolutely. Chickpeas. So I'm using, on your recipe, it's going to say 2 cans of chickpeas. I'm using one because, it's just going to be a lot. I'm using a potato masher. This is like a mashed potato, when you're making your mashed potatoes. And I'm going to just mash my garbanzo beans. So what I'm doing is doing a little bit of exercise. This is your arm exercise. Now, let me just say this. If you have a food processor and you don't want to go through all of this, absolutely you can put the beans in a food processor, just turn it on, let it go for a little bit, and then you'll get the same results. You'll get the same results. But I don't know, this is just therapeutic for me. I love it. So I just like to mash the beans. And then you will be surprised. You'll see at the end, that it's going to look like tuna fish. So I had a question. Someone asked me, well, why call it vegan tuna? Because it looks like tuna fish. It looks like tuna fish when you start when I get done. That's all. Because some people say, well, why do vegans want to eat something that's called a uh, a protein, a real protein? Because that's a lot of times people turn into vegans. People turn into vegans and they go by what they know, what they're familiar with. And so if they're familiar with tuna, and this looks like tuna, although it's not going to taste fishy at all. Now I could use, if I wanted it to be fishy tasting, I would use seaweed. So you can add seaweed to it. Look at that, looking like tuna fish. All you need is a little bit of mussel and a potato masher, or just put it in the food processor. Garbanzo beans. Yeah. So what food group do the beans fall into? What category? I'll wait. What category? What food group does beans fall in under?
Someone said protein. We got legumes, protein.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Protein. Absolutely. So what does protein do? Why do we need protein? What does protein do for our body? Why do we need protein? That's the next question. You know? Anybody know? I'm waiting for that answer. While I'm waiting for that answer, I'm going to show you. My next ingredient is a carrot. I, I cut it in half already, but it's a carrot. Build muscle, absolutely. I like it. I see the answer, Savannah. I saw that pop up. Um,
Perfect.
Definitely, protein builds muscle. I'm looking for some more answers. Anybody else have anything else? So I'm using a carrot. I'm going to go ahead and chop this carrot while you all are thinking about that. Some more questions. I mean, some more. It's one more answer I'm looking for. Definitely builds muscle. I'm chopping up this carrot. And by the way, I'm chopping the carrot. I washed the carrot really nicely, but also I'm using the skin. All right, I'm keeping the skin. Whoever said you have to peel the carrot? For what? What reason? Besides what? Tell me. Anybody have a good reason why you would peel the carrot? Why would you peel the carrot? I'm asking. I mean, I just want to know. All right, so the answer to that, what does the protein do? It gives us energy. Protein gives you energy. So that's why, vegans that don't eat the people who don't eat the beef and the pork, any type of meat or animal protein, they get it from the beans. Although your vegetables have a lot of protein in it also. I mean, vegetables have protein also, but beans have more protein. And so we need protein for energy, for your energy level. And there's several ways that you can get protein without eating the meat. All right. So nobody nobody's typing anything about the skin on a carrot.
Not yet. There's no justification, I guess.
There's no justification at all. I think what happens is people just follow what they've seen before, you know? So you just think, oh, okay, they peeled it. Let me peel mine.
I usually don't, just out of laziness. Like, I just don't feel like peeling it, so I'll just, like potatoes too, like you just cut them.
You just cut them and eat the skin, right? So do I. I just cut the potato. I mean, I just bake it or cut. I cut it with the skin in it on it. All right, so this is my carrot all chopped up. Again, if you have a processor, a food processor, you can use that. But it's great therapy, I'm telling you. If you just go ahead and it's cheaper if you buy just one. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. Talking about carrots, what benefits, health benefits, do you get from a carrot? And while I'm waiting for you to type that, what health benefits are in carrots? While I'm waiting for you to type that, my next ingredient that I'm going to go ahead and start chopping is celery. Celery. I want to hear about the health benefits for the carrot because carrots are very popular. Beta carotene. Who said
Yeah,
that?
for vision, vitamin B.
Oh, you are so smart. Vitamin B, beta carotene. Beta carotene is great for the nerves. What is that? Somebody else just said something too. Popped
Yeah,
up.
they said fiber.
Fiber. Good. Good. So what about this thing? This is it true that that carrots are good for eyes? Is that true or is that a myth? What do you all think? Is that true or is that a myth? Hmm. Good question. Good question. Right? Somebody saying anything? Nobody's typing, Savannah?
Let's see. Someone said true. Only one response so far, but it looks like some people are typing.
People are typing now.
Someone said, I don't know if it's true. I eat a lot of carrots, but wear glasses. Same for me.
I know it. Isn't that something? Well, so it is true. It is true because beta carotene actually is great for the eyesight. But I think you might have to eat a whole lot, or you may have to take some beta carotene supplements to benefit from that. You know, truly benefit. Um, and then also, you have to also realize, you guys, that most carrots, especially little baby carrots that come in a bag, a lot of those are GMO. But GMO, genetically modified, and so it may not be the full, might not have the full benefits because it's genetically modified. I don't know. But anyway, beta carotene is in the carrot and it's good for the eyes. It's also good for your nervous system as well. So I'm chopping up the celery. Celery. Celery and carrots go hand in hand when it comes to people trying to lose weight and snacking really nicely. They use celery. Celery has a lot of water, but it also is a antioxidant. Celery is an antioxidant, and also it has less calories, very little calories to celery. That's why a lot of people like celery to when they're dieting or snacking. All right. Next. All right. So now, what do I have in here? I have my garbanzo beans. I have the chopped up carrot and celery. All right. Next, what I'm going to use, and we'll talk. Oh, and then here's my onion. Somebody was talking about an onion. There's my onion. The onion appeared in the recipe. So I'm going to chop my onion. Love onions. Onions are anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral. Onions and garlic, they're cousins. Cousins. So it's great for the heart as well. Any type of onions. Y'all type in some onions. What type of onions? Several onions. Different types of onions. Type in the chat. What type of onions that you like? What kind do you like?
While we're waiting for that, someone said, I removed the outer skin of the celery because it can be very stringy. And then also he's got another comment in saying red onions.
Yeah, the celery can be kind of stringy. That is true. But if you chop it really nicely, like I just did, you don't get the stringy part. But you're right. If you eat the celery, the whole celery stick, it can be, especially at the end, it's very fibrous. So that is true. Depends on what you're doing with it. And you said somebody said what?
We got a few comments saying red onions, yellow, and white.
Yes. Purple, what is it? Red onion. Yeah, purple or red onion. There's shallots. Shallots is in the onion family. Somebody said sweet medallion. Leeks are in the onion family as well. Leeks. All right, so diced up that onion really nice. That was only a fourth of an onion. That was a fourth of an onion and got all of this onion diced. Onions are so good for you. So onions and garlic, like I said, they are in the same family, and both of them kind of linger around in your mouth. When you're talking to people, some people say, "What have you been eating?" I've been eating onions, ma'am. Yes. All right. So garbanzo beans, carrots, celery, onion, and I just so happen to use a sweet onion, but I really love the red onion. I really love red onions, so I love it. Now, what I'm using in here, instead of a mayonnaise with a lot of fat, because you know we want to make sure we reduce the fat content, because that fat content can build cholesterol. Cholesterol can build around the heart, right? And we're doing heart healthy. So I'm using a plant-based mayonnaise, which is called veganese. There's a couple of plant-based mayonnaises on the market, but I'm using veganese. Veganese, they have a soy brand, they have a soy-free brand, they have a chipotle brand, they have a avocado, kind. So it's several different. You just have to read, all right, and see which one. So I'm using the uh, veganese. I'm using the original veganese. Now, if you don't want to use a mayonnaise, if you're not a mayonnaise person, you can just use some like a balsamic vinaigrette dressing, something like that, a dressing instead of the mayo, instead of the vegan mayonnaise. Last but well, it's not last. I still have to put my seasonings in here. But what I'm using here is rice vinegar. Rice vinegar. All right. I'm just using a little bit, but it calls for a half a cup. But because I'm making a smaller amount, I'm using 1/4 of a cup. Now, gotta add my seasoning. Again, garlic is appearing in this recipe. Garlic powder. Putting my garlic powder in here again because it's great for the heart, right? And it tastes good. Makes it taste amazing. Putting my garlic in there. Next, lemon pepper. Putting a little bit of lemon pepper. Y'all like my little thing here? I just got this today. I love it. A little anyway. I'll digress. Lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. Give it that nice lemon flavor and that little pepper kick that we talked about earlier today. Great for the metabolism. So my lemon pepper, I'm using a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon of lemon pepper. Yes, yes, yes. Next on the list is cumin. Why cumin? Some people say cumin, some people say cumin, but why cumin? Does anybody know what cumin will help you with when you're using beans? You should use cumin with beans. I want to know why. Do you know why? What does cumin do? Anybody know? Type in the chat. What do you think cumin How helps with when you're eating beans. That should give you a hint right there. When you're eating beans, what does cumin help with?
Someone said decrease the gas.
What? Who is that smart person? Yes, it helps decrease gas. So, in other words, it helps with the digestibility. Helps with digestibility with all beans, whatever beans you eat. If it gives you gas, please use cumin. It will help with digestibility, with that gas, that bloating and gassy feeling. All right, the next surprise guest that has entered the room with the vegan tuna. Drum roll, drum roll. Curry. Curry. You wouldn't have never thought about it. I'm telling you, curry, curry, curry. So this is a curry vegan tuna recipe. All right. So I'm using, it says 1 tablespoon, but I'm using a teaspoon of curry, just cutting it down a little bit. And curry comes in different flavors. It comes in an Indian curry. I'm using a half. There we go. Got your curry. What? You know this is going to be amazing. Totally amazing. And that's it. That's it, you guys. So I'm going to mix it together. This is my curry vegan tuna salad. Oh my goodness. All of these flavors in here together is just mixing up together and making me hungry. That's what it's doing. So with your vegan tuna, this is several different ways you can have this, serve it. You can serve it with a salad. You can serve it with crackers or some tortilla chips. You can put it in a sandwich. And I love it. So I have seen it. I mean, I have done it with um, my nice multi-grain bread, put lettuce and tomato and onion on it, and then put this in the middle and make a sandwich. Make it like a tuna sandwich. Today, I'm going to eat it like, because I had bread today already, y'all. So I can't keep eating bread. So today, I am putting it on my salad. Putting it on the salad. And I'm going to show you all. Now, you can actually put it on your lettuce and make you a little tuna lettuce wrap. Just giving you some ideas. I'm going to come around so you can see it better. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Oh, let me come around so you can see it. I don't know. How's that looking?
Looks amazing.
What? Yes.
That
Look
looks
at that.
so good.
So listen, you can have it on your lettuce. This is the romaine lettuce. And you can just, if you are watching your bread, your carb intake, just go ahead and have it like this. Or you can have it on your salad. And I am totally hungry. So I'm just going to taste this one. Now, let me tell you about my salad. My salad has green peas, carrots, red bell pepper. What else does it have in here? It has yellow squash and red onion in my salad, and then the spinach leaves, and spring mix. And I just put the vegan tuna on top. And this is a meal. This can be a meal. This is a meal.
Somebody said, have been a vegan for 3 years and she has to try your vegan tuna tomorrow.
What you? Oh, you said. Oh, who is it?
Uh, Amy, I think it's pronounced, but she said, yeah, she's been a vegan for 3 years.
Listen. Totally amazing. This is my dinner, y'all. I'm not going to keep eating that in front of you. I don't want to. I don't want to make you jealous. All right, now let's get to this soup. Let's get to the soup and salad. And listen, you're going to make that tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll make this soup to go with it because guess what? I heard it's going to get cold again. I heard it from the weatherman today. This is going to get cold again. But you can eat soup in the summer. It's just that most people, their bodies like hot soup in the winter and cold things in the summer. So here we go. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see my soup?
Yeah, we can see it great.
Ah,
See the
good.
steam on it.
Yes, it's steamy, hot, steamy. And you see all the nice basil in there. You see nice consistency with the tomatoes and the cabbage and the red bell pepper, the roasted red bell pepper. Oh my goodness. Nice consistency, filling, and it smells so, so good. And I don't know, I don't want to burn my mouth. Mm. Listen, I'm just saying. I don't know about you all, but I'm ready to go ahead and eat this. So amazing. Heart healthy, amazing soup and salad.
Amy also said
Amazing.
she'll definitely try the soup also.
Listen, great pair. I think you all named this pear or something, paired recipe. Perfect pairing. That's what the name of it was. All right. So, anybody have any questions? What I If you don't have any questions, what I'd like for you to do is type in the chat. Everybody type in the chat for me at least one takeaway. I already know someone already said that they're vegan and they wanted to go ahead and try the vegan tuna and the soup. But I want you all to type your takeaway, something that you learned in this last hour, something that you're going to implement for your heart health. And I will wait. I can't wait to eat my food. I love it. And guess what? You can freeze the soup. You can freeze the soup. If you make too much, you can freeze it. It'll be wonderful on a cold, cold day. Pull out that soup. Is anybody typing?
I don't see anything just yet. Oh, someone said you can eat the core of the cabbage.
That's right. Just cut it
Another
up.
one. We will try the vegan tuna recipe. And I'm always looking for vegetarian recipes. I love yours and I will try it.
Awesome. 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 Awesome, you guys. Somebody said they're going to try the soup. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the Heart Healthy Month because we're still early and it's just halfway, the 15th. And so till the next time, yes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Ross.
Savannah.
Thank you.